Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a huge topic, maybe one of the biggest shifts we've seen in how customers interact with businesses since the smartphone came along. I'm talking about the rise of voice. So, let's just start with this big question right here. Because, this isn't some far-off futuristic trend we're talking about. No, this is a right-now reality. Think about it. Your customers are literally asking their cars for directions, they're telling their smart speakers to add milk to the shopping list, they're asking their phones for product reviews. Voice is completely, and I mean fundamentally, changing the game. And this isn't a small change, folks. This is as big a deal as when we all jumped from our desktops to our mobile phones. Seriously, voice is now a primary way we talk to our devices. And because of that, what customers expect has been totally reset. That super smooth, frictionless experience, getting an answer instantly without even lifting a finger, that's not a nice to have anymore. It's the new baseline. It's the bare minimum. Okay, so now for the data. Let's look at the numbers behind this because they are staggering. And these numbers are exactly why this has to be a top-level, C-suite priority. Honestly, the data is so clear, we're past the point of asking if voice is going to dominate. The real question is, how are you going to adapt to the fact that, well, it already does? Okay, look at this number, 8.4 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. That is literally more than the entire population of the planet. What that means is the average person who's online is interacting with voice assistants multiple times every single day. Voice isn't like a website you visit. It's ambient. It's always on. It's just woven into the fabric of our daily lives now. And don't think for a second this is just some niche market for tech nerds or early adopters. No way. We're talking about over 150 million adults in the US alone. That's it. Voice technology is officially mainstream, period. Your target audience, they're already here. They're already using it. And you know the old saying, where the audience goes, the money follows? And boy, is it ever. The global voice commerce market is absolutely exploding. Some projections put it as high as $290 billion as soon as 2025. So we've moved way beyond just simple searches for information. We're talking about a massive multi-billion-dollar revenue stream that is shifting fast into actual, direct transactions. So when you put it all together, the picture is, well, it's undeniable. You've got this ambient, always-on interface. The audience is totally mainstream, and it's turning into a massive high-growth channel for real-deal transactions. The evidence is all pointing in one direction. So what happens when you have a shift this big? Well, you get a completely new competitive landscape. The old rules of search, they're changing. The web that we've all known for the past couple of decades, it's being fundamentally rewritten right before our eyes. Which leads to the big question, right? How different is it really? I mean, we've all poured time and money into SEO, search engine optimization. But here's the thing, voice demands a totally new playbook. It's a different game. It's called Voice Search Optimization, or VSO. And trust me, it is a completely separate discipline. And this chart, this just lays it out perfectly. Think about traditional SEO. You type in a few short keywords, and your goal is to show up on that first page of 10 blue links. It's basically a menu of options. But with voice, it's totally different. People ask long, full-sentence conversational questions. And the goal isn't to be one of 10 options. The goal is to become the single spoken answer. We've gone from a menu of choices to one definitive result. In this new world, you're either the answer or you're completely invisible. There's really no in between. And if you need proof of how high the stakes are, here it is. Almost 41%. Over 40% of all voice search answers are pulled directly from that little answer box you see at the very top of Google, the one we call the featured snippet or position 0. So when I say it's a winner-take-all game, I mean it. Getting that one single top spot, it's everything. Okay, so it's a new game, the stakes are high. How do you actually win? How do you become that one answer? Well, there's a playbook for this. It's a clear, actionable strategy, and it's built on 4 core pillars. So, here's the framework that takes all of this from just theory into actual execution. It's what you need to focus on to win. We're going to cover mastering conversational content, capturing position 0, dominating those near-me searches, and building the technical foundation. It's a complete strategy. All right, pillar 1, master conversational content. This is really a mindset shift more than anything. You've got to stop writing for Google and start answering for a customer. And that means framing your content around real questions. The classic who, what, where, when, why, and how. You need to write clearly, simply. Think about a ninth grade reading level. Why? Because that's what the algorithms favor. And a pro tip? Building out really good, robust FAQ pages is one of the single most effective things you can do here. Okay, so let's talk about the next two pillars, capturing those snippets and owning your local area. To get that position zero spot, which is basically the holy grail of VSO, your answers have to be short and to the point. Aim for about 40 to 50 words. Then, for dominating those near-me searches, this is critical. A huge 76% of smart speaker searches are for local stuff. That means your Google Business profile has to be absolutely perfect. Your name, address, phone number, website, it all needs to be consistent everywhere. All right, so we've just covered the defense, right? That's all about making sure you can be found. Now, let's talk offense. This is where things get really exciting. This is about moving beyond just being the answer to actively driving sales and transactions using voice. And this next evolution has a name, conversational commerce. So what is it? It's about using AI to have a real conversation that guides a shopper from a question like, hey, do you have these Anna size 10? Straight through to a command like, awesome, order them for me, all in one seamless dialogue. The biggest benefit here? It completely collapses the old school sales funnel by just removing all the friction. And the growth in this space, it's just phenomenal. Look at this chart. The market is projected to jump from $11 billion this year to over $52 billion inside of a decade. And this isn't just hype. It's being fueled by real tangible results. We're seeing companies that do this well get conversion rate increases of up to 35%. And at the same time, they're slashing their customer acquisition costs. That's a powerful combination. So let's bring this all home. The single most crucial point of all this is that doing nothing, well, it's just not an option anymore. Inaction is not a strategy. This shift to voice is here, it's massive, and as we've seen, it's highly commercial. So let's talk about the very first step you need to take. The whole path forward really begins with one thing, a voice readiness audit. It's about taking a clear-eyed, totally honest look at where your organization stands right now. The time to do this isn't next quarter, it's now. You absolutely have to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and your vulnerabilities in this new voice-first world. And that audit should leave you with this final and I think really powerful question. I want you to think beyond just getting found in a search. Think bigger. What core customer interactions in your sales process, in your customer support, in your service, what could you fundamentally transform with a custom conversational AI? Because at the end of the day, the companies that really figure that out, they're not just going to win at search. They're going to build a powerful, lasting competitive advantage for years and years to come.